Hi everyone, back to Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another Rumour Has It video. We're talking about players linked to the football club this coming transfer window, and this player would be an absolute bargain if Newcastle United pull their finger out and activate a very small release clause that apparently expires probably midnight tomorrow as I'm recording this on the 14th of January, 15th of January. Great day. I won't say why, but it's a great day. We're going to get stuck right into this in a minute, just talk about the player. Talk a little bit about the stats. Mark will pull up the super duper stats computer and we'll see how he sits. When I mention who it is, I'm sure you will pretty much know exactly who this lad is and seen the links. So as wonder of magic now, we'll pull up the slide. This is the stats slide. You can see there, we're talking about Paulo Dybala. That's right. Somebody who's named La Joya, I think, which is translated to the jewel. And this player is certainly a jewel, massively. Before I get into any of the stats at all, anyone who's seen Paulo Dybala play, you know, you're talking about quality, quick feet, drops a shoulder, can skin players, scores goals, great from set pieces. Doesn't mind getting into a tackle as well for a creative player. He's got that sock roll down, swagger type mentality, and exactly the kind of player for the cost that he'd be available for that Newcastle should be all over. So before we look at the stats and talk about where he sits in the percentiles, basically Newcastle United have got until the 15th of January, which by the time you're watching this will probably be today, to sign Dybala for as little as £11 million, 13 million euro, which is unbelievable to think of a player of that quality, a 38-time capped Argentinian international whose goal record, you know, for a kind of creative midfielder, winger, stroke second striker is ridiculous. It really is. He's a fantastic footballer. And this is going to close by midnight the 15th. And if Newcastle have got any sense at all to go and try and activate this deal, it's exclusively only to non-Serie A clubs. And for me, this is a complete and a no-brainer. I'm recording this off the back of the Manchester City game where a 32-year-old player come off the bench and change that entire game. So don't give me 30's too old. You know, 30, he's at the peak of his powers, really, and he could offer so much to this Newcastle team as well and give us options as well. Even if he wasn't starting a game, imagine being able to bring Paulo Dybala off the bench to change a game. I mean, it isn't worth thinking about whatsoever. It really, really isn't. He's such a good footballer. Yes, wages might be on the high side, I suppose, maybe a couple of $100,000 or something like that, possibly. But listen, he's worth it. He's absolutely worth it. He's on 183 grand a week, which could be an issue for us with FFP. But Jesus Christ, the fee from a loan is worth having a dab at this. Absolutely, no doubt about that whatsoever. Just some of his stats in terms of, you know, what he's done this season. You know, 13 games, 27 chances created, 5 goals, 6 assists, 14 shots on target, 474 passes. This guy is an absolute baller. He really, really is. He could play on the right-hand side, the left-hand side. You can move Gordon around a little bit. He could play in behind a striker like Isak or Wilson. You know, he could give you an option off the bench if you want to start with Miggy's running and tire people out and then bring on just pure quality to change the game at those key moments. You know, if you think about games like when we've been drawn against Paris Saint-Germain and stuff like that, this guy is the kind of player that's capable of just turning on a sixpence and smashing one in the back of the net. He's a phenomenal player. He really, really is. And talking about the percentiles, obviously, that Mark's pulled up on the super duper computer. So just going through it there, I mean, you're talking about, you know, shots. He takes, you know, 2.9 shots per game. He's in the 85th percentile. His assists 0.39 per game, 94 percentile. You know, so his XG in terms of his assists, his expected assists, he's in the 83rd percentile. His shot creation actions is 84th percentile. Progressive passing 77 percentile. Passes attempted 68 percentile. His pass completion is only down at 57. So yes, it's not as high maybe as say a Bruno, somebody, but he takes more risks, tries to find riskier passes, I suppose, in the key areas that he is. So he may not always find those passes. The one thing about Dybala that potentially might put Eddie Howe and Newcastle off is he's not really a pressing, aggressive type player. He's capable of it. But, you know, if you look at his statistics in terms of tackling for that section, he's your typical creative, skillful player. You know, his tackling's in the 24th percentile, interceptions 24th percentile, blocks 21. You know, so he's not particularly, you know, Miggy Almiron, so to speak, but we don't need him to be Miggy Almiron. Miggy Almiron's Miggy Almiron. A player like Dybala, for this quality, for 11 million quid is an absolute no-brainer. I know Darren Eales has come out and said that we're financial fair play, we're at the limit and all this kind of stuff as well, but the limit is 109 million pound losses. We've already posted a 73 million pound loss for this particular, well, the last financial year or whatever. This particular financial year, seller money's coming in, Adidas money's coming in, Champions League money's coming in. This guy is available for 11 million fucking pound. Get the deal done and get the player in. He's absolute quality. You could have another 1, 2, 3 years of the lad. Look at Kieran Trippier still playing at 33 years old. This lad for me is a no-brainer. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think about bringing Dybala in. For me, this is exactly the kind of sign I think we should be bringing in. A player like this, alongside maybe Phillips on loan. And to me, this is an absolute no-brainer for me. There's a few news outlets that are saying Newcastle are proposing a bid for Dybala. Now, whether you believe it's true or not, or it's just paper talk linking us to the two, but this is exactly the kind of injection of quality and top player that we really, really need. And this is all just coming out with speculation, I think, in the press in terms of the Newcastle apparently are looking to throw an offer to test the water. But I'll be very interested to see what happens. Hopefully we do make a bid. I'll be livid if we don't. If that date passes, that's what Roma are hoping for, so they can get way more money off of them. If that date passes and we don't take a nibble at this, questions are going to be asked for me in terms of the window, because this is a great deal. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think, as we always say. Like and subscribe if you can. We're over 6,300 subs now, actually. We just creeped over. So thank you very much, everyone who smashed that button. Like the video, help the channel grow. We'll be back with more Rumour Has It soon. Mark and I will be back for a kind of half-term report, so to speak, on the players. We'll talk a little bit about the transfer and about what we need. So make sure you tune into that as well midweek, and have a cracking day wherever you are, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.